Good day, everyone. Mark here again for today's dose of Forex analysis of the US dollar Canadian pair. And we are still within a trading range. So, as you would have noticed, I haven't been blogging about this currency pair in the past few days, mainly because I was waiting for the market to make a decision. For my previous blogs about this currency pair, check out my website, my journey, the number 2, wealth.com. So that's my journey to wealth.com, all one word. And then go to the Forex category, and you'll see my previous blogs about this currency pair. Now, so let's move on. So, like I said, we are still within the range. The US dollar Canadian pair is still trading within a range. And 2 days ago, let me just go back, zoom in here. 2 days ago, so this green candle right here, we actually entered back into that resistance level, and this is that rectangular area right there. And by the way, just a side note, what is a trading range? The definition of a trading range, it means is that the market or the currency pair is not yet going anywhere. So it's not uptrending, nor is it downtrending. So another way of interpreting that is that it's going sideways or sort of consolidating. So, and one other thing that I'd like to note on that last green candle 2 days ago, that made a higher high from these previous attempts to or previous entry into that level. So but eventually the sellers came back in and pushed the price lower. And just a quick analysis of that green candle. Notice that long wick or tail at the top, or above the bottom of that candle, and that pretty short body. So it kind of tells us that there's still selling pressure, though we're slowly chipping away on that selling pressure because due to the fact that it went a bit higher. So what does this tell us? Eventually, or essentially, there's still indecision, right? As I said, of this trading within the range. The market has not decided yet where it wants to go, and if you're going to look at that on the left side, that circled area right there is where the selling started. The selling pressure started, and we've been testing that several times now. Actually, 5 to be exact. So this was the first, second, third. I'll count this just as one. These 2 candles right here, fourth, and then the 5th one was 2 days ago. And so, and as I already mentioned, it went higher than the previous highs. And that kind of tells us that perhaps sellers are getting weak. And I wouldn't have been surprised if this broke out from there. But apparently, this past 2 days, price action pushed it down again, and so we are back down. One other thing that I would like to note: we are again approaching that support level, that horizontal line right there at the bottom of my chart. And it's also quite interesting to note that every time, or more so the last couple of times that it went back down here, it's usually strong selling pressure. So this was the first one, that this big long red candle right here, and then here's another one for today. So, and if we ever reach that level again, I would say this is about the 4th time So right here was the first, a little bit right here on the second, and then here on the third, which notice that it even went lower than the previous lows. So that also tells us that the buying pressure in this area is getting weak. And so if it ever touches this area again, whether today or tomorrow or next week, that will be the fourth time that this would be entering this support level. And also, as a quick update, as you may have noticed my note here on my trade position, as you know, I entered the trade, I think it was back here, around this area right here, and then bought a position, and it went up right there, and I didn't exit yet, but at this around this area. And then this was the Trump news about someone testifying that they lied about their statement. I forgot the name of the guy. Anyways, and then it went back up the next few days. And then, so I mentioned in the previous blog that I was cautious, and so I decided to sell my position. My reasoning why I exited is because of the, as this blog already says, it's because of the indecision in the market. And luckily I exited right about here, which is, as the day unfolded today, was quite a nice timing. Though granted, I wasn't able to exit around that resistance level, but I'll leave some money on the table. That's fine with me, because today, if I did not exit yet, then I would probably be back to just break even with no profits at all. So I made a decent profit from that trade. So yeah, and so my final take on what's happening in the market. In conclusion, I would say both areas of support and resistance are getting pretty weak. We will soon see where the market or the US dollar Canadian pair would decide to go. Would it break out to the upside or break down to the downside? I don't know. I will let the market play out, which is also why I exited my position, by the way. And I'll leave you with this one saying in the trading world: when in doubt, stay out. So there's a good mantra for you to remember. And I guess just to recap my final thoughts, if it breakouts to the upside, then I won't be surprised, because like I said, it has eaten away on that selling pressure in that resistance level many times. And also, if it breaks down to the downside, I also won't be surprised, because also that would have been the fourth time that it has eaten into that buying pressure right there. And also, one thing that I'm actually biased to the downside, but that's just me, and mainly because of these long red candles, that strong selling pressure each time that it goes down to that support level. So, and another thing to note is that lastly, if we look at the longer time frame horizon, we might still say that we are still in a downtrend, so that might continue on. So yeah, so like I said, I'm leaning towards a breakdown, but again, I might be wrong, so don't take my word for it. I will wait and see how this will all unfold, and then I'll decide how I'm going to plan and execute my next trade. So there you have it, folks, my version of how I analyze and interpret the market action. And I hope this has been informative for you, and thank you for viewing. So if you got any comments, feel free to comment below, and your feedback and your questions, suggestions, or whatever thoughts you may have, feel free to comment below. Also, subscribe to my channel so that you'll get updates when I make these Forex analysis video blogs. So again, thank you guys, and have a wonderful day. God bless, and trade safely. Bye for now.